Alright, so I want to give you a quick tutorial on categories. Now, what are categories? Categories are anything that you want to track at a organization level. So let's just say you want to track offerings or you want to track cars in your parking lot, anything that would be at your church's level or your organization level, and not necessarily at a people level. This would be at a more higher level. So let's get into it. Let me show you some data and let me explain that a little more. So in order to do that, we're going to land here on our dashboard when we log in. We're going to click configuration and we're going to say manage categories. Now here you're going to see all your categories. You can have a parent category or a regular category. I've made an example of offerings here is a parent category, and under that offering you can have children's, you can have adult, and then here is just a regular category called cars in your parking lot. So you can track anything. A category is anything you want to track that is a number, a currency, or a decimal. If you wanted to track how many ties were worn on Sunday, not necessarily you would do that, but you could do that. You could track anything that is a number, anything that you want to track. It's called a category, and you can track it. So let's look into this. Let's create a category. Since we already have a parent category here and it's of a currency format and it's not mandatory, let's go and create one underneath offerings here, and I'll show you how this works. So we're going to create a category and we're going to say youth and youth offering, and we're going to put it as a currency. We're not going to make it mandatory, and we're going to choose its parent, which is optional, but you can choose a parent, and we're going to nest it under the offerings category, and we're going to click submit. So now you see that we have another one here. We have children's, we have adult, and we have youth, and then we also have our cars in the parking lot. So now we have categories. You can also edit categories from here. Like we can, this one's mandatory, we could edit it to be not mandatory if we wanted to. I'm not going to save that, I'm just going to cancel this. Or you can delete a certain category if you'd like to as well. So in a nutshell, this is actually configuring a current category. This is editing the category and deleting a category. Now let me kind of show you how categories work. We made a category. Now let's track this category. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go back to the dashboard. Now right here, we're going to click track data. Now you'll see here all the categories that we have. Here's the cars in the parking lot category, here's the offerings category, and under that is the children's, adult, and youth. So what you're going to do is you're going to track this for a service type and a date, just like you would attendance. So let's take Sunday morning and let's do back to November, and let's go to Sunday the 25th. So now we are tracking the cars in the parking lot for Sunday morning, 11/25/2018, and we're going to do that. We're going to say the children's offering was $23. We're going to say the adults offering was $550.10, and the youth offering was $175. And I'm going to click save. Got that squared away. Now I'm going to go back to track data, and I'm going to create some data for us. And I'm going to go back here and I'm going to select this Sunday, and we're going to say 12, we're going to say some more, and I'm just going to create some data here for you so you can see what it actually looks like when we go and report this. So now I just have two services, and now that I've created categories, I've tracked the data, let me go in here to reports, let me go to category reporting, and let me select some categories that we have. You can see here cars in the parking lot is the one we created, offerings, and you have children's, adult, and youth underneath it. Now these guys are auto-populated here. These are the normal standards. Since we are an attendance app, we create these categories for you, and you can track these are also categories that you can pull reports on. But we're going to go down to our offerings that we pulled, and we're going to do Sunday morning, and we're going to do the last 30 days, and we're going to graph it. And you can see I actually added some data points in here before, but here's some data points on the data that we pulled. And literally, we graphed it, and we wanted to see a graph, and we wanted the offering Sunday morning, the last 30 days. So let's go down here and let's go to the children's offering and graph that. You can see that here is the ones that I had already put in here, and here's the two ones that I just did. Let's go down here to adults, graph that. And here's the adult offering. You can see that I put that in there as well. And you can see the last 2 data points. And we're going to go here to the youth. We're going to graph that. And you can see here's the 2 data points. We created this category, we put 2 data points, and you can see it graphed. You can also show a list. And here's the all categories. Let's pick offerings. And let's do the last 30 days and list the data. And here we go. We have the offerings. And here's your offerings of everything that you have in the last 30 days. You can go in and you can pick a child category. So now this is remember, this is the parents. So this is everything under. This is adults, this is the youth, this is the children. If you want to see just the youth in the last 30 days, you can do that. And you can see just the youth offering. And let's go to cars in your parking lot. Last 30 days, we'll list that. And here's the 2 values that we picked. And here's the 2 data elements that I put in there before. So that literally is categories. You can track anything you want. So let me go back here and go to the dashboard. How you get there is configuration. You go to manage categories. You create your categories. This is a regular category. I'm just going to click on editing this real quick. You see that there is no parent. We didn't choose anything. So this is its own category. It doesn't belong underneath another parent. And then this is the offerings, which is a parent. So I click create a parent category, created the offerings, and then I created children offering underneath that. And you can see that it's nested underneath offering. And so now you can basically pull a port on all of offerings, or you can pull it just on children offering, adult offering, or youth offerings. So you can track anything you want to track, and you can see it on a graph, or you can see it as a list form. That's categories in a nutshell. Thank you for watching this tutorial.